Yo, what's going on, people? K-Soul's back here with another video, and today I want to talk about music, a favorite subject of mine. But what we're going to explore is, do you, in 2025, do you need to play the social media game to be a successful musician? And this question is inspired by this post I saw. Take a look at this. Now, obviously, what this person's basically saying is that if you're an up and coming artist and you're trying to do the Kendrick thing or you're inspired by how Kendrick moves, you basically shouldn't because it doesn't work. And what they mean is Kendrick is very minimal with social media. So he doesn't play the game. He ain't got no fancy TikToks or dancing. I mean, to be honest, that's a lie because, first of all, few of Kendrick's songs have done the rounds on the short form social media platforms. I remember there was a time like songs like Not Like Us, obviously, but that was kind of for obvious reasons. And arguably, you could say that whole beef with Drake was basically they both used social media in this battle. Some could argue that Kendrick didn't intend to do that. He was just posting normally, posting his diss songs. But actually, Not Like Us was a club and dance joint. So what I mean by that, obviously not dance music, but I mean like it was the type of beat it was, you could dance to it. And it inspired a lot of people to start crip walking again, basically. So in some ways, strategically, you could look at that as playing the social media game. And then you got some of these other songs. I saw Peekaboo, Turn the TV Off, a couple of joints from his latest GNX albums. They did the rounds on the socials too. So that's an arguable point. But I get what the person's saying because Kendrick won't get up his phone and start talking into the camera, you know what I'm saying? Or he won't like, he's not really a clout chaser. I don't really want to call it clout chasing because not everyone that uses socials are clout chasers. But what I mean by that, he's not in our faces. Like, he lives a private life. He can drop music and we'll still all run to it just because of the credibility he's gained over the years. Do you know what I mean? Let's get back to the original question. Now, this is how I see it, right? I'm in the middle, and I know I'm like a broken record because I'm always in the middle of things. But you know, a lot of people have different perspectives in life, and for a bunch of people to be on one side and a bunch of people to be on the other side, there must be some sort of middle ground because I can say yes, you do need socials, and I could say no, you don't. But and the reason, let me get into it so you understand me a bit better. So first of all, I don't think my no, the no part of me is like, you don't have to try and make music so that people can make a TikTok dance to it. Or think of a catchy hook that works on TikTok. I don't think you need to make music that way at all. Right. And I don't think you need to like be a hey guys social media guy. Do you get what I'm saying? I don't really think so because that's not the essence of music. So basically, the reason why there's a part of me that says yes is because no matter what, yeah, you need to, one, perform your music to a crowd, right? And two, people have been doing what is done on social media way before social media, if that makes sense. Now, what I mean by that is now we have platforms that make it easy for us to put music out there, put videos out there, damn near interview ourselves. So obviously back in the day, you'll probably most likely see signed artists on broadcast stations and radio stations, TV stations. You'll see big artists getting interviewed. You find out about their life. Then you got shows like MTV Cribs. You find out what they live like. Then you've got people that did behind the scenes, and maybe it might just be a show. It was just a higher production value in the sense that more was put into it, and you'll probably only see it from the bigger artists. But then you did have the underground artists that will feature on like DVDs. Back in the day, when I was young as a teenager, we used to get a guy that would come into the barbershop, have a bunch of underground DVDs. We would get underground DVDs of UK artists, things like Risky Roads, Streets Incarcerated. Um, there's loads to name. They're just not coming up right now. And then you had American ones. Yeah, Smack was a big one. These are how we saw the underground artists. Do you know what I mean? And they were doing everything that people do on social media now. It was just a guy that would go around to different hoods and film the artists. You'll see what they're living like. You'll see what their block is like. They might do a freestyle to the camera. You know what I mean? So everything that's going on was going on before is the basis of what I'm saying. So it's just that it's easier now. What that proves though is that you still have to perform. You still have to put yourself out there. So in that sense, yes, and it's always been like that. It's just now it's called social media, and there's kind of no excuse because it's easier. Some people would say, "Yeah, I just want to make the music. I don't care about the rest." Yeah, but the question is, what are your goals? For those that don't know me, originally I'm a musician. Yeah, that's what I do. That's what where my heart is. I songwrite, I rap, I produce, I engineer, all of those stuffs. You know what I mean? Now, with me, I'm also a content creator. So I enjoy this YouTube stuff. I enjoy filming videos. I do TikTok stuff. I do I used to do Instagram. I've kind of faded away from Instagram right now. But what I'm basically saying is it's my choice to do social media how I do it. Lately, I haven't put out a lot of music content. Do you know what I mean? I've just been working on building my channel, building my social media presence, and doing talking videos, reaction videos, all of that stuff. So it's my choice to do social media. I'm not doing it to bring eyes to my music right now. Eventually, hopefully I'll build an audience and I will be able to showcase music and stuff. I'm not saying that's out the window. I'm just saying that it's not really my intention. I'm not really an example because I'm an artist that can do music on one hand and then still do content creating on the other hand. Do you know what I mean? And they don't even have to connect. You know what I'm saying? But some people will do what I'm doing just for their music. And I'm saying you don't have to. If you are someone that wants to put out music but don't want to do the whole content creator thing, there's different ways you could go about it. So I'm gonna break it down as a producer, as a rapper, and as a singer, right? So if we start with a producer, producers don't have to do content. But what I will say to producers is yes, you probably still do need a social media profile. And this social media profile should be used to showcase your beats. You don't have to do the whole get show your face thing and start talking to the camera or anything like that. All you gotta do is show samples of your beats. You can use good artwork to do that, but that's kind of played out now. You probably, I would say, find unique ways of doing it. You could do a POV where you showcase yourself producing, and it don't even have to be facing you if you don't want to be on camera. You could show your DAW, your DAW system, the program you used. You could just have like a screenshot recording of that. You could show yourself, show your hands doing the production work. Yeah, you could have your back to the camera and just I don't know, like a overhead POV or behind POV, but you can see the equipment, you can see the studio, or you could even just film parts of the studio and showcase your beats. These are all little things that will show you as a producer and a way you can showcase the music. if you're completely, and then the artwork is one, like I said, I think it's played out, but it's still one. And I guess if you've got a fire beat, it don't matter. But do you see what I mean? That no matter what, you still need to be on social media, but you don't need to play the social media game. Yeah, you don't need to do that, but you still need to showcase. Now, if you're a rapper, yeah, same kind of thing. But if you're trying to, if you're serious about this and you're trying to be successful, you kind of do have to show yourself anyway. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's just what you have to do. Even Kendrick had to do freestyles here and there when he came up. So as a rapper, you freestyle, you keep all your content performative. So it's everything that you're doing in music. Do you get what I'm saying? It don't have to be anything else. So whether that's filming a studio session, you know, um, whether that's freestyling, like doing some just rapping to the camera, whether that's a cappella or on beat, and what else? And bringing people on your journey. It can be minimal, it can be day in a life, but it don't have to be about anything else but you performing your music. Do you get what I'm saying? And then as for singers, I believe singers do get the most success when they perform on the camera. So a lot of singers actually made it for doing covers on YouTube. A lot of the new age singers, like Gen Z singers and below, a lot of them blew up because they had amazing covers on social media. And again, it's still performative. I guess to sum it up, really, what I'm saying is if you're an artist, you're a musician, right? You are here to entertain and showcase your talent. So this is the place now to do it. Yeah. Even the labels and all the higher ups that consign you and can accelerate your career, they are all looking, A&Rs, they are all looking on social media to find the next big thing, right? And like I said, it doesn't have to be, oh, you need to play the whole social media game because even with that, it's dangerous. You could end up becoming a gimmick or they'll see you as a parody because they know you as a social media person. But social media is your stage. That's the best way to put it now. Social media is just your stage. And it's not that you have to play the social media game. You don't have to have a schedule and and post every day and all of that. But what you do need to do is make sure you're showing people your skills and talents on these platforms. You need to perform it on these platforms. And it's not all the time you need to show your face. For rappers and singers, you should show your face. Yeah, or for rappers especially, there's a new wave of masked rappers. But yeah, you kind of have to show your face if you want success. Producers don't really have to. But at the same time, if you're an artist, naturally, you should have told yourself or you should be prepared to showcase your talent and perform. And anyone who says, oh, I don't want to play the social media game or do whatever, then are you sure you even want to get into the game? Do you get what I'm saying? All you got to do is just separate being a social media person from being a musician. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to do anything but your music on social media. And I think that's where people get wires crossed because they hear, oh, I need to make a TikTok song or I need to make a dance challenge or make a song that people could use. No, keep making the songs you make. Keep doing what's real to you. Even if you make slow records that, the thing is with even places like TikTok, what people register with is obviously you got the gimmicks, you got the catchy hooks. Yeah, they're always gonna be there, but they're always gonna be microwave. But if something's good, yeah, and you keep at it and you're consistent, it will get recognized somehow, some way. Yeah, and that's that. Obviously, there are so many great people that don't make it. That's true. But like I said, if you're consistent, you don't stop, you make it your life's work, then you should get somewhere. So I don't, yeah. You don't need to be a gimmick. That's my main point. And what I will say is, if you're really someone that don't want to show their face, and you're, let's say, a singer or a rapper, because producers could already get away with not showing their face, but a singer or rapper, yeah, rappers, you could be a ghostwriter. Just go and write. Do you get what I'm saying? If you love rapping but you don't want to show your face, go and write. Or obviously you could do what you're doing as a hobby in your bedroom. I'm not disputing that, but I'm just saying that if you're someone that wants your work out there but don't want to show your face, then ghostwriting is an option. For singers, you could be a songwriter, or you could even just be a session musician. You know, there's a lot of people that stay behind the scenes that come in studios and help with vocals. So it's not by force if social media is putting you off music. But remember, if you're someone trying to become successful and music's your life and you want to perform to the world, social media is your foundational stage. Yeah? Just remember that. Anyway, to sum up, yeah, the truth is Kendrick has built himself to the point where he doesn't have to do too much on social media, and he could drop music, then go away for a while, come back, because he's built a cult fan base that will follow him and that will miss him. And once you get to that point, anyone can do that. But rest assured, this guy will still need to do something on social media, even if it's minimal, whenever he has some sort of um, campaign for an album or a single. You know, everyone has to do a promotional run, and that don't mean going around doing interviews. Obviously, the biggest artists can do the minimal, and yeah, sometimes someone like people like Beyonce can just release, but there's still some sort of, even if it's one post on their release day, they still got to do something. Do you get what I'm saying? So no one can escape speaking to the world through social media. But I guess once you've built a cult fan base, yeah, then you could do what you want and you don't even have to post. You could post once a year. Do you get what I'm saying? But that's even dangerous though. You have to really have a fan base that will stick with you. Because some artists try that one as well, they come back and it's never the same. So yeah, I think that sums it up. So my answer is, you don't have to sum up my answer, you don't have to do the full on content, everyday social media personality thing, but you need to use social media as your stage. Yeah, man. So yeah, man, big up all the music artists, all the producers, everyone involved in this music scene trying to make it happen. I feel you. I'm on a journey too. Just keep going. And you know the good thing is, it's your passion and it's something you enjoy. So enjoy it. No matter where you are in your career, enjoy it. Peace out, man. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out.